You want to be able to think like AYANOKOJI, you want his deadly emotional control ability, and you want all the skills to turn yourself into a masterpiece. This is absolutely possible with the right training. That is not to say, however, that you can be absolutely flawless every time like shown in anime. It's not realistic. After watching this, you'll have the ability to master any skill you want. So, if I give you a system that lets you master any skill by coding it into your brain, would you not use everything you have to acquire it? This is what this video is about. The systems, not the info. Because most people know what to do. Watch this with a notepad. Because if at the end you don't apply a single tip, you might as well not get tired watching this and just watch an anime instead. There's a specific method of training used by the greatest, like Kobe Bryant, Mozart, any Olympic gold medalist, or even the star entrepreneurs, to become the master of their art. The training method was designed to create masterpieces regardless of the field. One day, DiMaggio, one of the greatest baseball hitters in history, was being interviewed by a journalist who asked him how it feels to be such a natural hitter. DiMaggio, without saying a single word, led him to his basement. There, DiMaggio picked up his bat and started doing a series of practice swings. With each swing, he would call out a particular pitch, such as low ball or fastball, then adjust his swing accordingly. After finishing the set, he picked up a piece of chalk and drew a tally mark on the wall. DiMaggio then flipped the room's light on, stunning the journalist with the thousands of tally marks he had drawn over the years. He then said, "Don't you ever call me a natural again." I'll explain more in the next chapters. Focus is the core of deliberate practice, as described in Cal Newport's book Deep Work. A study among office workers found that during an 8-hour workday, an individual spends almost 40% of the time distracting themselves. Now the thing is, they are corporate workers and don't really need to use social media for their work. But nowadays, most people have closely connected work to social media. Imagine how distracted they are. It's close to 70%. Think about how it affects your results. The thing you should have achieved in 4 years will take you 70% longer, or 10 years to achieve. There are $1 trillion in losses due to distractions among workers only inside the US. So it's not that easy to just decide not to be distracted. What do you think would happen to companies like TikTok and Instagram if they can't hold your attention? They'd go bankrupt. So they're always spending nearly billions of dollars, testing their new models that hold your attention more. A new algorithm that can release a little bit more dopamine or pleasure. Since their survival depends on attention, they're willing to go to any lengths to keep it. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, the environment surrounding us, our personal thoughts. And you can boost your productivity by 2 to 4 times just by eliminating them. Previously, you made a schedule and broke the skill you want to practice deliberately down into parts. Now, this is the core of deliberate practice, practicing with focus. If you're not focused, this is just normal practice, and you're repeating it every day mindlessly. First action: don't let any interruption occur, even accidentally. because just a single notification can ruin your whole day. I keep my phone silent and out of sight. I block all distracting websites on my PC and close all the windows in my room. Once anything interrupts you, it's going to capture your personal thoughts, and you might not be able to focus for the whole session. Only use social media on break days. This is what I found to be most effective. I use the 12-week year system, and there's only one day a week I'm able to access social media. Okay, this might be the most important part of the video. Most people can practice something for 10,000 hours, but they still stay the same or slightly above mediocre. This is because they don't do the most important thing when it comes to improving at something. Improvement means changing, and the secret to improving faster than anyone is to change yourself faster. Here's the thing. The more you repeat a behavior, the less it impacts you, because you become accustomed to it. And once you're comfortable with it, you don't change anything, and so you don't improve. Here's an example between two basketball players who are currently at the same level. Player red shoots 200 practice shots, and player blue shoots 50. While practicing, player blue retrieves his own ball, dribbles leisurely, and takes several breaks in between to talk to friends. On the other hand, player red has a colleague who retrieves the ball for him. The colleague keeps track of the shots he made in his notebook. And if he misses a shot, the colleague notes it down, whether it was long, short, left, or right. And after every 10 minutes, player red reviews his shots and adjusts accordingly. Now, at this point, who is changing and improving faster? Player red, of course. The key is to take feedback and change your actions as fast as you can. But to do that, you need to track and measure. Because without measurements, there's no way to know if you're actually improving. Track every metric of the skill you're trying to improve. For example, if you're trying to improve at basketball, track how many shots you missed, how many times you lose the ball, track your sprint times, etc. Then look at the metrics, see what you're doing wrong, and adjust according to the feedback. After doing it for a while, look at the metrics again to see if it's actually working, and then adjust according to the feedback again, and so on. Remember to never get comfortable. If there's one single behavior that you can do to increase your success rate by 30 to 50%, would you do it? There's a simple habit that improves your cognitive function, alertness, and memory, improves your physical performance, enhances your mood and emotional stability, and also boosts productivity. But still, people won't do it. It's getting an 8-hour good night's sleep. And not to mention that it's also super important when it comes to deliberate practice. Top performers attribute their peak performance simply to having a consistent sleep schedule. Neglecting sleep to get more working hours is stupid, or at least that's what Jeff Bezos said. Jeff is an epitome of productivity. The problems he has to solve while looking after his centi-billion and multi-billion-dollar companies are complex. He said that he believes in quality work over quantity. In an interview,